Welcome back to another episode of Raw Uncensored Conversations with Raw Conversations. I am your girl, Camila, community advocate, youth mentor, writer, CEO of Envision Youth Services, a nonprofit giving youth and the community a voice without judgment. I got some important people and some special people in the building with me tonight. I'm super, super excited. So we're gonna start and we're gonna do ladies first. My girl, she writes.
Hey, now it's your favorite bald head girl here, Rachel, aka She Writes, and we are here with Raw Conversations. I'm excited to talk to you guys today about what we have in store. So let's get it with your girl Camila and everybody else. Let's go.
All right. Our guest spoken word artist today is gonna be Uncovered. Let them know who you are.
Hey everybody, this is Ebony, aka Uncovered. I'm excited to be here tonight. I'm ready for it all. I'm ready to dig in. So yeah, thank
You
you for
ready for the
inviting
you ready
me.
for the smoke?
I'm ready for the smoke. I'm ready for what you got. Whatever you
Oh,
got, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I, and now to the fellas, my second family, my peoples, my folks. Uh, that boy Khalifa was good.
What's the deal? You already know what the fuck going on. DBK, that boy Khalifa, the small one, not the tall one, the ghetto rock star, Mr. Big Smoke. I'm here with my people's raw conversations. We about to get real raw with y'all. Let's go.
All right, and last but not least, my boy, the famous homie, was good.
What up, though? What up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I'm out here about to, y'all talking about smoke, but I'm doing a different type of smoke. So, you know what I mean? I want all the smoke. You feel me? No Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes is a smoke from California. What's up, y'all?
You know what? You can always count on his ass.
Bring the spice, baby.
All right, listen. So the topic today, let me tell y'all, it's been, and I'm gonna just keep it transparent. It's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a month. It's been a lot of stuff going. I'm just gonna say, if you out there grinding, following your passion, your purpose, things are getting a little sticky, a little difficult. Continue to push. Continue to push,
Yes.
push, because at some point the doors is going to open. At some point, just be consistent and continue to push. And as I say that to y'all, I'm saying that to myself as well. So our topic tonight is letter to my sons uncovered, and sons is in all caps. Um, we got a piece that our spoken word artist is gonna do, and I really just want y'all to see how y'all connect and just weigh in on not only the piece but your life experiences that relate to this piece. I'm super excited. Uncovered, you got the floor.
All right, y'all. I'm just gonna go in right now, and then we can get in it after I'm finished. Run, little black boys, don't turn around. Mama's gonna tell you a story of mockingbirds. And Harper's the kill one, she told it first. But if you don't read between the lines, you won't understand the main verse. Metaphorically speaking, you are he, weak, weak and defenseless in this American government scheme that all are created equal and justice will prevail. Justice? Justice. No, it's just this. The deep pigment of your skin opens her eyes so wide to the point she is no longer blind. And if she is no longer blind, we'll continue to have cases like Zimmerman, men, grown men chasing you down, little black boys. Hurry, run, go and hide in the midst of the night and even broad daylight. The accusation against you is your son giving tone. Questions arise, though naked eyes see no 1800th century lynching. Something inside keeps us closely attached. Are we reminiscing? Or is it still alive? Covered so deep in the 21st century, we can't see. See, it boggles me how thousands of eyes watch, yet none realize another lynching had just taken place, and the jury said, not guilty. And we shook our heads and said, okay. And so now your blood, your innocent black blood joins your ancestral predecessors that went the same way. And just like they mamas cried, we cry, run. Run, little black boys, don't turn around. Cause brass ammo might pierce through your dark chocolate brand tan taupe, killing your hopes and dreams. Have you second guessing your talents and capabilities, ricocheting, missing the glass ceiling? Cause equal opportunity is an illusion. Billy Bob Dick don't carry your weight. You're carrying a numeral tons of oppression in a land foreign to your black skin. Working mule on your backside, whips and whelps your beautiful black voice stampeded out. I can't hear you. I need to hear you. Inaudible. Even with Mr. Obama as president, precedence has been set. Jim Crow laws still exist. Nigger boys, stay in your place. At a corporate America, only of them fields and courts playing sports now. Whoever said slavery is no longer around is full of bullshit, still carrying black men in the form of statistics. Yes, statistics. Don't listen, little black boys. Keep running, leaving their faces behind. If you don't leave their faces behind, you'll find your behind handcuffed to fashion shows, showing belted pants below waistlines, white beaters, do-rags at noontime, and eloquent, powerful words with every decree from your throne. You're a king, suited in heavy artillery pieces instead of three-piece suits. Shoot up another of your color. Government supply that and crack addict, addicted, infiltrated brain cells, black on black crime. Fill up them prison cells, sell out to the highest bidder. Bittersweet plea bargains, cause court appointed attorneys are a joke. You're the sacrifice. This is your third strike. Unfortunately, you inherited two at birth. Even as you were formulating in my womb, I cried. I cried bittersweet tears at the announcement of Black Boy. Black Boy. Afraid to love and look forward to all your accomplishments. Cause an age-old enigma already been set, and no matter how we try to protect. Nigger cookie cutters are for sale in every community. Ignorant racist minds purchasing them up continually. So I had to tell you this nursery, rather real life rhyme, so that later in life, you can have just that. So I need you to run. Run, little black boys. Don't turn around. Because you might find yourself 6 feet under. Never erased from our faces, only from our loving, warm embraces. And mama's gonna cry, Atlantic, Pacific Oceans gushing from eyelids open and sing you a lullaby back to our bosom. Cause, yes, you'll always be my sweet baby boy. Yes, you'll always be my sweet baby boy.
And I snap and I snap and I snap and I snap.
Do I clap? Do I cry? Do I? Oh my
All
goodness.
the above.
Like that. That's something you really gotta let marinate. All right, this is how we gonna do it. This is how we gonna do it. I'm gonna have the guys, because this is a letter to my sons uncovered. I'm gonna have the men go first on this.
Man, that was uh that was phenomenal. I think I've heard that one before, and I have the same exact reaction as I had when I first heard it. It's just speechless. Everything that she says resonates and hits home. All boys are sons, of course, and we've seen the evolution of this world. From the early time, the slavery time, you know, through segregation and the so-called progression. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we're not, being hung by nooses and being hunted down like that. Of course, they can't do that in these modern times, so they figure out a different way to do it. And, that's through the prison system. The prison system is a modern day slavery. You know what I'm saying? Working is a modern day slavery. Think about this for a second. And I don't want to be long winded because I know everybody got to speak, but um, I'm in America. It's a 7-day and 5 of those 7 days we're supposed to work to make a living, and 24 hours in a day, and at least minimum 8 of those hours you're supposed to be on the clock. Let's not mention that it takes most people an hour to get to work and an hour to get home. So let's take another 2 hours from that. You're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, and how much time do you have for your families? Not a lot, especially being black. Now, on top of that, we have to worry about our safety. Just walking down the damn street to go get something to eat, like little trains Trayvon Martin did, or playing
Mm.
outside like all the other little boys with a gun, with a toy gun, like Tamir Rice did. And the police, they let off shots within zero point 0.5 seconds of arriving to that 12-year-old boy, knowing that it was a toy gun.
Right,
So
right.
those are only stories that we hear about in the news. You feel what I'm talking about? We only hear about, what about all the other ones that don't make the news? So I think what Uncovered was speaking about is the plight of a black man, and it's good to feel, black men listen. Our black women,
Right.
like Uncovered, they always have our back, man. Like, they have our back. They're always speaking up on our behalves.
That's
And
what's
Right.
up.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And telling everybody what we go through. And I appreciate that as a black man, that Uncovered would write something, a letter to us, on our
Mm.
behalf. So I appreciate it. I think it's great. And, going forward, I think more stuff needs to be talked about like this, because being a black man out here in America, as we know, it's no joke, as it's being a black woman. But I appreciate you, Uncovered. It was a beautiful piece. You cover
That's what's
everything. I
up.
wish I had more time to speak, because I got so much to say, but I just want to say I enjoyed it once again.
That's what's up. I
Yes.
appreciate it. And I mean, can I speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, okay. So I appreciate that because I was talking to Camila. I mean, I didn't do the piece that I was going to do, but I was just like, how would young black men, period, receive it coming from a black woman? And so I was like, would it be
Hmm.
received better coming from a black man? Like, would it have like a stronger presence? Would it resonate more? Um, but then I was thinking like, some black boys don't have moms, and even if they do have moms present, maybe they're not mentally or emotionally present. So
Right.
hopefully they can feel what I'm feeling on the inside when I speak these words, and it will be a light for them because they're hearing so much negativity. You know what I mean? They're not hearing like positive things about themselves. And so, I mean, you speaking, that means a lot to me because, I respect you, and I know what you've gone through, your struggles, things like that. So it's important to me to hear like your feedback, so I appreciate that. And one thing that you mentioned about the prison system, as far as us working, I was just telling Camila that because I took off, like, I don't know, I woke up one day the end of March. I woke up at the end of March and I was like, I took a 2 hour nap. My sister came over. I was like, just watch the kids. If you could just watch the kids, I need to sleep. I woke up from that nap and I was like, I'm not going to work next month. I was like, I'm
Not
done.
to
I'm
wait,
done.
not tomorrow, but next
Right.
month.
Next month. Yeah. So, at first I was like, girl, you tripping? Like, what? What? And so I was like, I called my job. I was like, hey, I won't be in for the month of April. And because I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm like, I have to do this. Like, I have a legacy. I have boys and I have a legacy. And so I got to make this happen. So you're right. And I told Camila, I said, I'm no longer imprisoned. Like, I mean, I did my job and I did it well, but it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So I felt that when you said
Right.
it's a prison system, because it is. It truly is. So yeah, thanks a lot. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
No problem.
Amazing.
No problem.
Khalifa, my boy, what's your feedback?
Man, I got feedback.
I already listen, I know. I know. But you gotta let Uncovered know. She don't know.
Nah, but that was really touching. I have two sons that I'm raising, and I was a product of what Ronnie was talking about. I've been to placements, group homes. Um, what else can I say? prison, county jail. I was actually a product of that right there. So I really relate to it. And it's unfortunate that we don't have more women like you that's willing to be vulnerable for us. Because like my boy Ronnie said, we're men. Sometimes we don't have anybody to express our feelings to talk to. Sometimes when it come down to some pride and men shit, we really don't give a fuck. So if we do go down that route, it is nice to know, and it's nice to let our sons hear things like that and to watch and know the the backgrounds that we come from and know that these people will kill you. These people don't like you. I try to get that across to my son all the time. They will racial profile you. It don't matter what age you are. They will figure out a way to single you out because of your skin color. And I try to get it across to them, but we didn't have we didn't have all this social media and games and TV, and I was outside. I was outside.
Right.
I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I was explaining to my woman the other day. Like I fear for my son. My son is going to high school next year.
Okay.
So I was telling her I fear for my son because do you know what I was doing when I was 14 in the ninth grade?
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
ain't gonna get into that. But I was not a normal kid, my nigga. I'll put myself in that position for them people to take me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. Like I grew up with I wasn't oblivious. I was aware of everything. By the time I was 14, I was aware of everything. I knew if you was a drug dealer or a hoe. I knew if you robbed people. I knew if you was a buster. I knew who had the gun.
Hmm.
I knew who had the guns on the block. I know who would rob you. I know who would be a buster on me. I knew by 14, I already knew what was going on the block.
Hmm.
Because that's because we grew up different. I was outside. But
But Khalifa, I feel like
or
it's important for a lot of these parents just to let that part soak in, because people think that people don't give the young people enough credit for the knowledge they have, especially now that they have social media and everything is at their fingertips. You can't hide stuff. Like we used to have to hide to watch stuff. Had to hide, everything is at your fingertips. So the best thing you could do as a parent is to make sure your child is prepared for what life is about to bring them
right.
and not be oblivious to think, oh, well, because he's 10, because he's 11, because he's 13, because he's 14, he don't know what's going on. You the person that's afraid to have that conversation. It ain't him, because trust me, him and his homies is talking about it.
No,
And
for
you
real.
know what? I feel like literally I be feeling like crying because I'm like, dang, can our kids just be kids? And it feels like they have to grow up so fast these days. Like
Just
like you
hard.
said, like we gotta talk to them, right?
Just hard.
And
Just
it's
hard.
like,
Well,
yeah, and it's like,
I,
when do you have that conversation? Like, why can't our little black boys just be little black boys and have fun
well,
and play trucks outside and not have to worry about some cop rolling up on them? You know what I mean? And taking their life out.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
real. Like, I felt like I'm like, Kenya, like, what's up, Kenya? Like, 'cause, like I've been following like people who have left, and I'm just like, they're like, dang, we can walk down the street. We ain't got to look over our back. I mean, there's no perfect place, but I'm just saying to be in a place that's predominantly just black and you can feel confident, you can walk with your head high, you ain't got to worry about all that racism and stuff like that, and having to explain to your kids at 4, 5, and 6 like, hey, so by the way, you're black, so I'm gonna need you to be on your P's and Q's.
Right.
It's just like, dang, can they be a kid? It
Look,
sucks.
I think to add to that, Khalifa said something, and Khalifa's such a stand up dude. You know what I'm saying? I know him personally, and we've talked about a lot of he went through, and he's a guy that takes ownership to anything he was involved in. That's honorable, but I kind of
Yeah.
want to say something in regards to what he said. And he said he put himself in that position, and I have to disagree with that. I think it was systemic that put you in that position because you can't control where you grow up at. You can't control growing up on a block. You had no. If we could all pick our destinations and where we choose to grow up at, do you think you would have chosen to grow up in a neighborhood you chose to grow up at? You were put there. Your parents were put there. Our black parents and grandparents were put there by the system. We were put in those positions. We were forced out of our homes. We were forced not getting home loans. We were pushed to the ghettos and the projects and forced us to grow up a certain way. So that was all by design. That was systemic. And that's what they call systemic inequality and systemic racism. We're put in those positions where we have to grow up fast and see the gangsters and the hoes and the gunshots and the robbing. We're not put in these positions where we have a normal child life. So that's why we grew
Right.
up. A lot of us grew up like that because of the system forced us to grow up like that. So I don't
And
think
you're
it
right.
was your fault, Khalifa. On you didn't put yourself in that position. You were put in that position. You made lemon out of spoiled lemons. You made lemonade out of spoiled lemons. You did that. So you got to give yourself some credit. Of course, give glory to God, but give yourself some credit for being able to be a normal, functioning human being who's chasing his goals and dreams and not be stuck in a prison system. You beat the odds, bro. You beat the odds.
And
I
Absolutely.
you know,
love that.
and
I
Absolutely.
you know
love
what?
that. Oh my
Yep.
God.
And you
I
know what?
love
Yep.
it.
And you
I
Yep.
know what?
love it.
I totally agree. And I think
Misspoke.
miss I need to rephrase that because you're right. I just feel like now today how we are, how Camila is, how we are with the youth and stuff. Like I just feel like off of my bad experiences, I had life learning lessons, and I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't go through that. And that's what I'm saying about my son. My son isn't aware because we shelter him. We don't let him do anything. You feel me? Because of what I went through though. At the same time,
Right.
and
Right.
Right.
at the same time, I didn't have me. I didn't have a nigga like Ronnie to be like, nigga, you need to be on this music shit, or you need to be playing football, or somebody like Camila saying, hey, you need to come down to this program and we teaching kids this. I didn't have that. So that's what I meant by that. I didn't mean to say like, oh, I put myself in that position. I just meant to say like, nigga, I didn't really have nobody like me to say, yo, bro, you talented. You need to do this and you need to do this. Like
I
set an
like that.
example. Like
And
how I'm setting
Yeah.
and you know
an
what,
example.
Khalifa, that's where good mentors come in because
Yeah.
exactly what
Like
you're
how I'm
talking
setting
about
the
right
example
now.
for my kids right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel me? So that's what I meant by it. And I totally agree. I agree. Like
I
it's
like that.
the people that put us in this position, and there's some motherfuckers that's not teaching us how to get out of here.
And
Facts.
you know
That's
what, Ronnie? Like when you touched, first of all, what I really love about this is that as a black man speaking to another black man and encouraging him and just speaking positivity over him, like I think that is so freaking beautiful. Like
it
we need
is.
more of that.
It
That's
is.
number one. Number two, what Ronnie was saying as far as being placed, like I have like a couple of pieces that actually touch on that. Like, no, the government strategically did this. Like when you go back and you look at even like at the crack era and just they strategically placed us, you know what I mean? And then strategically placed the drugs and strategically placed the guns and you know what I mean? And then like when you look back like on like the Bloods and the Crips back in the day, it wasn't what it is now. That's not why they were created. But it's the government that started pitting them against one another and nobody actually realized until it was too late. So I
Right.
Right.
definitely agree with him that it was systemic. Like they knew
Yeah.
what they were doing. You know what I
Ab-
A-
mean? But and I'm
absolutely.
glad that people are waking up and we see now and people are talking about it and poets are speaking and people like Camila and all of you are just like you guys are on top of it and I'm for it. I'm all for it. I love it. I love it. And like I tell everybody, like I love
Yes.
everybody. I love everybody. I'm drawn to our young Black people. I'm drawn to um just our Black people, because we need to be encouraged, we need to be lifted up, we need to encourage one another, we need to push one another, we need not to be crabs in a bucket pulling each other down, but just like pushing each other to go, to move, to do
To move
something,
forward. To
and
move
I
forward.
just, yeah, I love what I'm hearing tonight. I really do. I appreciate all of y'all. I do.
Well, listen, we got to definitely tap in with my girl, Rachel. She writes, hell of a story, has gone through a lot of life, just as a young Black woman and also mother. I want to hear your way in on this piece. And she's also a poet. She's a writer. So what you got, girl?
She not here.
She not here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe her reception disconnected her. All right. Well, cool. No,
There
I
she.
I absolutely.
There she go.
Oh, there she go.
Can
There,
Can you hear me now?
Rachel. She writes.
Hey, can you hear me?
Listen, the devil is working. So
Okay.
yes, we was on you. Did you hear the piece?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was wow. It was wow. That's the first word I thought of. Like tears to my eyes, heart jumping. It definitely spoke to me. Um, but yeah, your favorite bald haired girl here, Rachel, aka She Writes, poet, been a poet for shoot, can't even remember. I've been writing since I was 11. I'm 30 now. And that piece, considering that I do have a child, but she's a she instead of a boy. I remember that being pregnant, that was one of the things that I kind of dreaded about having a boy, though a part of me was like, would love to have one, still do. That's one of the things that can be avoided when you have a Black boy. That talk, not about the birds and the bees, but that talk like, hey, no matter how good you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how you ain't, if you not gang banging, if you get straight A's in school, if you good at home, like it don't matter. You can walk down the street as a Black boy. I just saw a Black boy actually walking from the store just to go home and take the groceries to mom. Like that boy can be looked at as a threat, you know. Um, I was actually watching the Animal Planet earlier today, visiting my aunt, and I had mentioned like that's how basically, like I said something about the bears when they're little. They look all cute and stuff, but when they get big, they dangerous. And I just was like, oh, that's how America sees Black men. When they when
Oh
they
wow.
small, they all cute. But soon as they get a little height, soon as they blackness really start to come out, and they start to look like warriors. Because mind you, back in the day before we was ever snatched, you had young men being warriors at age 14, age 15. So a teenage boy can be looked at as a grown full man because ultimately the Black man is the biggest threat to white America. Period. Not the Black woman,
Period.
not not the Black little girl, but the Black boys and the Black men. Without the men,
Period.
we are damn near lost. Who can fight our
Period.
battles? They can. Who can continue to give us Black babies and Black children? They can. And then don't let the race outpopulate the weak races. You know what I'm saying? Because Black is everything and everywhere. But that poem right there, just I was actually in a car with my mom, and she heard it, and it had brought her to tears. um, Poetry is supposed to move you, and I just love the fact that that piece right there, it moved me. It also reminded me of a piece that I have as far as like I study Black men because I want to understand Black men, not so much for my benefit, but for the benefit of teaching other young women. Like, this is the weight that Black men carry before they're even out the womb. So that part in the poem really struck me, because as soon as you go to the ultrasound and they tell you Black boy, or they don't say Black boy, but they say boy, you Black, so it's a Black boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that thought when you're a mother before your baby even gets here, because you feel like your womb be the safest place. Like
Absolutely.
you don't want them to come out.
Man.
Well, listen,
Man.
why does that kind of remind me now that you're saying that? Why does the first thing that came to my head was
Hmm.
a track Tupac, Letter to My Unborn Child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let her
Mm.
to now listen. If you ain't heard the song, or if you ain't heard the song in a minute,
Right.
listen to it, because
Yeah.
he's basically talking about, this is what I have to get you prepared for. Like, this is what the reality is. And
Mhm.
like, just everything, just this entire conversation moves me in a different way. Most of you guys know I'm a mother who has one biological child, and that is I have a black son. He's in his
Black
first year of
man.
college, but
Exactly.
just what you guys were talking about earlier, them being in different communities. Now, my son hasn't had to deal with gangs and all of that stuff. He grew up as an athlete, but I will never forget living in the city of Inglewood, and he was in the beginning of high school, and
Mm.
he would run around the neighborhood because that was his way to get his exercise in with his headphones on, doing his own thing.
Yep.
And I'm in the house, and he calls me, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Ma, I'm out here, working out." He was like, "But the police is over here, and they just driving down the street slow." I was like, "Well, you ain't got no warrants out for your arrest. You ain't did nothing. So what's the problem?" He was like, "I don't want them to think that I'm running away from a crime or something and
Okay.
happened." This is
Right.
exactly what he
Mm.
says to me, right? So I was
Yep.
like, "All right, finish doing what you're doing." I walk downstairs. I walk outside. I can literally see him running down the street working out. I see the SUV. I see the cops in the SUV. So I just stand there and I just watch him. I don't say nothing to them. I don't flag them down. I just watch him. He sees me, so he's doing his thing. And they pulled up, "Ma'am, why? What are you looking for somebody? Why are why are you just standing here?" I said,
What?
this is what they asked me. It was a white woman who was the driver, and it was a Hispanic male who was, and this has nothing to do with race. I'm just giving y'all the description. Hispanic male who was the passenger officer. And I said, "No," I said, "I'm just watching my son, he's working out, and I just want to make sure y'all don't mistake him for anybody else." You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
they ended up getting out the truck, and we ended up having a whole conversation, and they were like, "We need parents to be doing things like this." But then I'm thinking in the back of my head, why should parents have to do that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
already a
That
part.
part.
Like, I hear what you're saying, but I can't 1,000% agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You know what
real.
I'm saying? Like, so
No.
it's little
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So that let me know already that natural fear is already, even if it's subconscious,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
natural fear, what if I was shocked when he said like how he felt, but that natural fear is subconscious, and so we have to do a better job at protecting. I don't want to hear no mother call their son out their name, tell them they ain't shit, they ain't gonna never be nothing. No educator do that. I have seen that too many times. And what I tell a lot of my parents is, what you need to start doing, get a little post-it note, a little stack of post-it notes, and write just a couple of words to your child. Put it on their door, put it on their mirror, somewhere that they're gonna see, "You are a king, you are a leader, you're not a follower. You are
Yeah.
intelligent.
Words of encouragement.
Always hold your head up." Like, those are
Right.
little things that I would do, and that's something you could do and not have to pay no money for.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
Priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Priceless.
They have to
Wow.
know that they are protected by
Yeah.
somebody who loves them and knows that they're appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And they have a lot of talent.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely. I just know that story hits close to home for sure. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. 14 years old, track runner, went to Dorsey High. I'm in the jungles. I'm running for
The
exercise.
Dons. I didn't know you went to Dorsey. I went to Dorsey
Yeah.
too. I,
Okay. the
I,
Dons, the Dons.
I.
So, so I'm in I'm running past Hillcrest Elementary, and the cops actually shined the big ass flashlight on me while I was running. And when I stopped, because I'm in my mind, I'm like, what if they shoot me? I think they think I'm running from something. They may have thought I took in something or whatever. So I stopped. As I stopped, they're like, "Why are you running?" I said, "Well, I go to Dorsey High. I'm a track runner. I do this every day. But I live right here. My grandma right here. Mind you, I lied because I didn't actually really want them to know where I stayed. Because me being a black girl, you literally pulled me over, not in a car, for no reason. So in my mind, as a young black female at that time, I was like, wow, they literally could just do this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of asking me like, "Are you okay? Are you running from somebody?" No,
Uh-huh.
it's
Mhm.
why are you running? So
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
we definitely have to. Unfortunately, it is this way, but we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare our children for the ultimate battle, which is your skin is what they see first. And we try
That's
to
what they
tell
do.
our kids not to look at skin color, but then we have to remind our kids of their skin color. So at the end of the day, no matter what they do have to look at skin. You get what I'm saying? And something else that was brought up in the poem that really hit home, and I hear it all the time, particularly black people, but for sure black men do not have the same opportunities. Equal opportunity, my ass. They have to work twice as
Mhm.
hard to get
Mm,
half of the respect.
hmm.
And apart
Half.
from
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and apart from the prison system, which I didn't learn until I was a teenager, that's ain't no such thing as like, oh, slavery. No, that's slavery. It's just in modern day. So for sure that's
Mm-hmm.
modern day slavery. And then I just got done reading a book. Now I'm not done with it, but I'm still in it, and that's the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And they just had got done talking about how a 9 to 5 is a form of prison. It's a trap for you to
It's a
actually
trend.
think that you can get rich from a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Without other streams of revenue, without learning financial literacy. That was another thing that was in
Mm-hmm.
the book. And it's like
Hmm.
you have to master the art of money, how it works, how it can work for you, how it's made.
Right.
Then we can go forward with teaching our black men, because they're ultimately the ones that are looked at as the providers, to say, hey, guess what? You don't need a 9 to 5. Let's see what you're good at. Let's make your own business. Let's get you a trademark, a LLC. Let's get some grants, some money in your pocket. Like, let's really put these men who going to be men for the future in position to be those men that we want for our daughters.
That's real
Absolutely.
talk. Rachel, first of all, I ain't even heard none of your pieces yet, but just by you speaking, I know you fire. Just
She's
by the
fire.
way you
She's fire.
talking, I'm like, oh, okay, she lit.
Thank you. No, I'm gonna
um,
make sure you follow me and I follow you too by the end of this.
by the end of this. So first
Sure.
I just want to say thank you to you and your mom. Like I appreciate I just appreciate everything. I really do. To
Appreciate
touch on
you.
what you were saying earlier as far as being like a young black girl, it's all of us. And
It
it
is.
sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Man.
and I remember it was my sisters and
Can
I,
we
we
just
were
put
driving
t-shirts that
back.
say that? Like it's good to be black, but it sucks at the same
You know, and here in America, like
time.
it sucks because like we a car full of females driving home from the fair, got pulled over, weren't doing nothing was wrong, we got pulled over, and they're asking for like IDs from all of us, the people that are not driving. We're like, why did we get
Mhm.
pulled over? Where's your ID at? What? Like I'm in the
Yeah.
passenger side. What did we do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it was just that feeling of just heaviness, like, dang, because I'm black. And then I think
Oh,
about I'm a female. What the hell do our men go through? Like, my
Oh yeah.
yeah.
God, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a female, but like you
Yeah.
said, like they see the warrior in our men, and so they're
Yeah.
afraid of them, and they know what's up. They knew what was up back then.
Yeah.
That's why they had to instill that fear in our men. They had to do what they had to do to break their spirit. You know what I mean? And what
Yeah.
people don't get is
They
that
really
I
lynching them.
believe in generational curses. I believe in spirits following, and so it's like you fast forward till today and we got to break what was placed in them so many years ago, so they can be who they are. And that's really how Letters to My Sons got started, because which Camila, she was like, letter to my sons. I have like several pieces that's like two black men, two young black boys, you know. And my latest one was like affirmations. It's nothing but affirmations at the beginning, and then it leads into a poem at the end. But it's dedicated to our black boys, our black males, because they need to hear the positivity. They need to know who they are. You know what I mean? And they need to say it every day
Yeah.
so that they believe it in this world that is
Yeah.
saying else, that's saying other. And you're right about as far as like teaching our kids. I read that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read that some years ago and it stuck with me like all
Yeah.
this time. And so like my babies, they know now at their young ages, like y'all not about to be working for nobody like that. So
Basic
y'all need to go
man.
ahead and think about what y'all want to do with your life, who
Mhm.
your employees gonna be. Like they
Yeah.
be girl, listen, and like
I
as
like.
far as like them being providers and stuff, they've
Yeah.
already told me, Mom, I'm gonna build you a house. Mom, I'm gonna pay your bills. I'm like, okay, let's go. So like you're right. And
Yeah.
working in home health, like I notice how other people talk to their children,
Mm.
and it's not our fault. We just have to learn so we can do better and talk to our children the same way. So the
Yeah.
conversations that they have at the dinner table are a little bit different than, I'm not going to say all Black people, but I'm just going to say in general, it's different from our conversations. They're already talking about money. They're already talking about investments. They're
Yep.
already talking about all
Yeah.
that stuff when
Yeah.
their
Because
kids are young.
You got Becky on the
Huh?
corner doing her lemonade stand at 8 years old.
Girl, that part. So,
Like.
and just encouraging and create the creativity in our kids. But
Yeah.
it is a very sickening feeling that we have, like I said earlier, but I think it bears repeating, is that we have to tell our kids who they are at such a young age. Hey, you're Black.
Yes.
So this is what goes along with being Black in this society.
Yeah.
When I want my babies just to be able to play outside and just be kids. That's it. And I want my baby, like you said, that young boy was walking home with groceries. I want my baby to come home. Do y'all hear me? Like,
Yeah.
let
Right.
my baby come home, America. Like, what the hell are you doing? Let my kid
Right.
come home.
Right.
Right.
Oh
Exactly.
my God, you speaking to
I'm sorry.
so many
Okay.
people. No,
Okay.
no, no,
No,
no.
you good. You good,
Do not
uncut.
apologize for it because you're
Yeah.
speaking to so many people. Number one, so many young people. Number two, so many mothers who have either lost their sons to incarceration or death or murdered. Like you're speaking to a lot of those people, and I think the biggest lesson in this is we
Yeah.
have to understand that we have to pour more into them. We have
Yes.
to make
I like
sure
that.
that it needs to be a daily thing. You can
Yeah.
hop on social media, you can do this, you can do that, and you can't pour into your kids. I got a problem with that.
You got a
Right.
problem.
I got a
Mhm.
major problem with that. You just stick your kid in front of some kind of device so they can be on social media and see what the world thinks about them, and then you wondering why they walking around with a chip on their shoulder. Why would you
Right.
be
Right.
confused about that? Whatever you feed your spirit with is what comes out, right?
Mm.
That's
So
right.
Again,
those are
go.
things that we really have to think about. Okay, listen, y'all. Y'all already know I could talk about this for hours. We about to
Yeah.
wrap this thing up though. So uncovered, I have a question, and then we gonna kind of do the outro. I just want everybody to give me one word that they take from just this conversation at the end. Uncovered. I want to know um, what inspired this piece in a very short version. What inspired this piece?
uh, Trayvon.
Trayvon Martin.
Yep.
Mm. Mm.
Wow.
Whew.
Okay. All right. All right. Dang, that was quick. That was a lot quicker. What was I
Yeah,
about to
than you
say? Don't
thought.
give us no long oh.
No, she went quicker than you thought.
She did. You remember that commercial? You gotta be quicker than that. Like, man. All right, she
She
got
went
me on my
lightning
toes
speed.
tonight.
She went lightning speed.
That part. That part. All right. So she writes, if you had to give us one word from just this entire conversation, what would that one word be?
You gonna tell that to a wordy? I can't stand you.
Right.
And I said you
Right.
gotta go first. No, you went second. You went second.
Um. Well, it's not a word, so I'm gonna just say the sentence: "Save our sons."
Mm. Oh my God.
So you just gonna do whatever you want to do?
I was trying not to. I'd
You
save.
no,
Okay,
you
save.
wasn't. That came
That's the
out
no, no,
way
no,
too
Hey,
fast
wait,
for
wait,
you to
wait.
be trying not
That was
to.
that was a hashtag. That was a
no.
hashtag. So it's
It
all
was
one
a
word.
Hashtag
hashtag.
save our
It's
sons.
all
But
one word.
no, the one word is save. save. That's the
And
I
word.
then
like
wait,
it.
but then she said it all fast, like the three words wasn't gonna become one word, like it was gonna become one word because she said it all fast.
That's how I heard it, though. That's how I heard it.
Say my son.
All right, she right. Tell the people, I'm coming to you, the famous homie, I'm coming to you. That boy Khalifa, she writes. Tell them where to follow you.
All right. Follow me on IG at SHE underscore right with the number 3. Again, I'll say it one more time at she underscore right, WRIT, the number 3, and then end it with the S. She writes. Because that's what I do every day and every night. You're gonna see a woman with a bald head. Again, your favorite bald head girl.
Your favorite
Uh,
bald head
Yep, in a
girl.
beautiful green dress, so you can't miss me. Okay, and yeah, follow me. I'll follow you back. I support my men. I support my women. I support. I support. I support.
That's what's
Love
up.
it. Love it. The famous homie. Let them know where to follow you, and then we need one word from this conversation.
I don't know how we're supposed to sum this all up in one word.
See, but hold on. Let me rewind, y'all. Let me let y'all know the famous homie is a whole writer in these streets. In case y'all didn't
Exactly.
know, this is the perfect opportunity. So really quick, shout out to Politic and Broadcasting. Shout out to the famous homie. TV series coming soon, coming very soon.
Yep.
TV series is based on single parents and the BS that they go through and the trauma that kids go through.
Ooh,
I'm a
ooh.
co-writer on the project, so
Holla.
congratulations, the famous
Mm-hmm.
homie. Give us one word as a
Oh,
writer, sir.
Hey,
Yeah. By the
hey.
Dab on
way,
that.
y'all need listen. If y'all listening to this, this is the project y'all need to support. Hit us up. Support, support, support. Like
Yep.
this is gonna be a change in the culture. Let me tell you, we gonna
Yes, I
rewind
like
this.
that.
When it blow, we gonna rewind this.
Yeah, it's gonna
Let's
be
go.
sick. It's gonna be sick
Let's
with a C.
go. Ronnie,
Change the
let's
culture.
go. You already know. I got you.
Who wants the smoke? Who wants the smoke? Not over here.
They ain't ready.
Oh man. I think you just gave me my word. I had a word before, but you just gave it to me. I want to say rewind.
Ooh, nice.
I like
Rewind.
it.
There's
Rewind.
so many meanings to that, but rewind. I think you have to do that to understand, what's going on nowadays. And real quick, I
Mm.
encourage everyone, if you haven't, go on Netflix or one of those streaming platforms and watch the documentary Crips and Bloods Made in America. And it's going to
Mm.
explain everything about gang banging and all the systemic stuff. It's going to break it down for you. So
Systemic.
rewind. Yes, rewind,
That.
and rewind the time and go back and see, and it'll explain everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
um, like Camila said, TV series coming through. Follow me on Instagram at the famous homie. We're gonna be giving updates of when the trailer's gonna drop, and when we're gonna be coming to a TV, phone, tablet, iPad
Everywhere
near you. You feel what I'm
near
talking
you.
about? The
That's right.
famous homie on
Okay.
all platforms. Follow me.
All platforms.
Yes, and shout out to Miss Lady Hollywood, our girl Ange. Like the team is just is the producers, the oh my God, media spill, like politicking, like oh my God, we got such a good crew. We got
I'm
a
excited.
really great cast. This project is gonna be major. So y'all just tune in and wait for that to blow. That boy Khalifa, my boy, my brother. Give me one word and let the people know where to follow you.
my word is unapologetic.
Mm, I like
Yes,
it.
Ah, I
yes.
like
Yeah. Yep.
And I'll be saying that because it's a lot of these motherfuckers out here want us to be sorry. And
Mm,
when
can't be.
We ain't sorry.
they want us to
Sorry, not
be
sorry.
sorry. Sorry our ancestors were slaves and that we never learned how to get land and property and shit. But I'm saying unapologetic is because I don't need you motherfuckers to be sorry for me, and I won't be sorry for my motherfucking self.
There you
Mm,
go. Yes,
like
sir.
it. Where can we find you at?
That boy Khalifa on all platforms. You already know what the fuck going on.
Oh,
That's
And the
he
winning
dropped the
team.
mic.
right.
He dropped the mic for real, for real, for
Right.
real.
You already know what's up.
You
Drop it.
already know. Like, did he
Oh,
bang on
shit.
all of us on an audio
Oh,
I
yeah,
podcast? Like,
think
I'm
he
just
did.
yeah,
asking.
I think
yeah.
he did, but that's cool though. We take it as love. All
He
love,
was
baby.
banging with us, not on us.
Right. Exactly.
Oh,
Unapologetic.
okay,
Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Exactly.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, listen. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Like I said, continue to push, continue to move. Y'all all got me in y'all corner on some real ish, and y'all know it.
Mm.
Um, and thank you for coming and being a voice. You never know how many people you touch, how many people need to hear certain things, your experiences, and all of that. So it just means a lot to me. We're gonna be out this thing. Y'all follow us, Raw Conversations,
All day.
on YouTube, on IG, although not that great on social media, but we figured it out. Raw
Hey,
underscore
Yeah.
conversations one. When you a writer, sometimes it's a little difficult. You don't want to be mixy with social media. You want to just be, in your thoughts. So sometimes that's a challenge. But follow us, y'all. We doing a lot for the community, just giving back a lot to the community and showing these young people that you got the dream, you got the
Yeah.
passion, you got the talent. You can definitely do it. Don't let nobody tell you you can't.
Exactly. Keep on keeping on, babies.
Don't let
yeah,
nobody tell you, because your challenges is gonna become your testimony, and
Mm.
then there's gonna be an audience that only you will be able to speak to,
Mm.
because you
speak,
have
speak.
because of your story. So that's what we got to continue to push. That's what we got
Yeah,
to continue to push. So I appreciate every last one of y'all. My one word for this conversation is necessary, in all caps.
Mm.
all caps,
And the
all
famous
caps.
homie, I'm gonna invoice you for the word that you took from what I said earlier. From writer
Ah.
to writer, I'm gonna send you an invoice, bro.
Hey, hey.
Oh God.
Listen, y'all, we out. Shout out to Politic and Broadcasting. My
Thank
boy
y'all.
Thanks Sinatra, a real, real, real one. My team, my squad. Shout out also to Kelly J Enterprise in Dallas, Texas. It's a lot
Nice.
of people I fool with, but it's only certain people that's super close, and it's for a reason. Y'all listen. We out. Tune in next week. Raw Conversations. You know what's up.